This is Sandra, and I'm going to try to make a fathead rolls keto. And I have never made these before, but it sounded really good, and they look good. So I'm going to try it and see what happens. Like I say, I've never made them before. So here goes. We start off with a half a package or 4 ounces of cream cheese and 4 cups of mozzarella cheese. And we put it in a bowl, and we're going to put it in the microwave for 2 minutes. So while that's cooking, I am going to mix my dry ingredients. We have I got to get 1 cup of coconut flour. So that I didn't pre-measure, so we will get the measuring cup out. I like to use a half cup twice because these bags aren't very big from these. So I do a half cup twice. It just makes it easier. So there's... Got to open a new bag. That bag was empty. There we go. 1 cup of coconut flour. So this will be almond free too. Then we're going to put in baking powder. It says that if you want them real fluffy to use a tablespoon, but a teaspoon if you want them flat for like a sandwich. I'm going to put in a tablespoon because even if they're flat, I like a sandwich either way. I want them fluffy. Then I'm going to put in some spices. We're going to do dried oregano, dried basil, dried parsley, onion powder, and garlic powder. And if I happen to not have all of them, but I'm going to just make do with what I have because it's kind of an experience. I do have the garlic. That one I know I want. The others didn't seem that important to me. I didn't have any onion powder. Half a teaspoon of salt. And it calls for that's pretty much it. Then it says to stir the dry ingredients together. So we're going to stir it together in my little measuring cup. And then it says put it in with the eggs and stir it. And I use 4 eggs. So we're going to stir this. And then we're going to stir. The microwave just shut off. So it should be, that should be done. We'll see. Okay. And this. Stir this together. Oh, look at that. That's kind of melty. It's going to be not real super melty, but it's going to kind of make, it's going to be thick. I can tell that. I think it said something about getting your hands damp and kneading the dough with your hands. So I'm going to probably get my hands in here real soon. this with it. I've made a fathead pizza crust one time. That one was really good. So I'm going to assume this is going to be really good too. Okay. I'm going to just dampen my hands like they said. And then I'm going to just knead it. Kind of like my grandmother used to do with her bread. Just kind of roll the ball and just pull it up and knead it in. Just kneading it as I turn the bowl. Okay, and then it says to make some balls. It says 12 balls and put them on a greased. So I guess I got to grease it next, which means I better wash my hands. Okay. I'm gonna just use spray. My go-to is the spray. I love using spray on my things. Okay, so there's ball. They said flatten them if you want them flat. Otherwise, leave them nice and round. I'm not sure how big. It said 12, so we'll play with it and we'll come up with about what we need. I think I'm making them too big. So this biggest one, I'm gonna take some off. Should be half done with my dough when I get 6 of them up there. So, and I think I'm pretty close. Okay, I only got 4 more to go, so. Two more to go. I think we're going to come out about right. Hope it's as good as that pizza crust I did. My my one grandson didn't care for it as much as my other one, but he doesn't like cheeses as much. And then I put a lot of mozzarella cheese on top. Well, this has already got a lot of the mozzarella cheese in it, so I think I kind of overdid it for him. But my other grandson just loved it. So it's just as simple as that. And then you can mush them down just a little bit to make them a little flatter so they're not, because I'm guessing they're going to stay pretty much the shape that I put them in. So I'm not going to go real flat though, because I kind of like to cut my biscuits in two, so I want a little bit of height to them. And most ovens you'd have to preheat your oven. Mine is just a small induction, and I don't have to preheat the oven when I do use this small oven. So if you have to preheat your oven, you want to preheat the oven to 425, and then you will only leave it in for 15 minutes. And Well, they're formed, so now we're going to put them in the oven for 15 minutes and see how it works. So, bake at, I said 425, so raise it up to 425, and then down to, what did I say for time? 15 minutes. And start. I love this oven because it'll automatically shut off. I have put stuff in, and we live on a farm, and my husband calls me out to help him, and voila, I leave, and it automatically shuts off, cools off quick because it's such a small oven, and it turns out perfect every time. So I love this oven. I have ran to town after I put something in, come home, take it out, and it's ready. Um, it, I love it. So, yep, I will actually come back on when it gets done, and we will cut it in two and see how it turns out. We'll see. Okay, I'm back, and the oven is shut off automatically, so we will get it out and it's hot. Put it on a cooling rack, but I got to try one when it's hot. Oh, this is our biscuit. I'm going to cut it in two. Ooh, it's nice and cheesy, I can tell. Ooh. I'm going to put a little butter on it. I like butter on my... It's like a biscuit or a roll, so yeah, I'll put a little butter on it. And... ooh, it looks nice and moist. So the texture's good. We'll see how it tastes. That's as good as any biscuit I've had. Of course, it's been a very long time since I've had a biscuit because I'm gluten sensitive, so I don't think I've had a biscuit for, well, 2004 is when I went on the Atkins and lost a bunch of weight. I did go back on the gluten after I'd lost the weight, but what happened is my eczema came back. And that's when I found out that, it's the gluten. But I thought I'd try it one more time. I went off of it. The eczema went away. I tried eating it again, and I did. I had some biscuits. And sure enough, the eczema came back. Or eczema, however you want to pronounce it. So I have been gluten-free now since like 2004, 2005, in there someplace. It was probably 2005 when I actually tried to back and forth it to check and see if that's what it was. And sure enough, it's what it was. It was so miserable. It was like having the worst case of poison ivy you've ever could imagine. And so, yeah, I stay away from gluten for sure. And I like to do the keto. Otherwise, I'd gain the weight all back and I'd be over 200 pounds again. So I kind of stick with Atkins for life. I did for years. Now they changed the name to keto, low carb, very similar. So that's where I stay at. So I will finish enjoying this. If you like what you see, like it and share it. And if you want to see more, I have a bunch of posted on Natural Green Creations, and check us out. Thank you.